But oh, this is completely not responding. Thank God I have another chat over here. Okay, so who am I and why am I talking about this? Um, well, I've been playing Magic. I don't know, I learned how to play Magic about 7 or 8 years ago. I started with my friends because one summer they decided they need a fourth player to play Two-Headed Giant. I don't know why. Called me in, taught me how to play Magic, and I've never never really been part of this community up until recently. Just because I was cheap. I was cheap and I didn't want to play. I didn't want to pay for the cards, so I decided to play the digital games instead. Um, I'd play Duels of the Planeswalkers, because it was the cheaper option than spending tons and tons of money on new sets every year. Um, and gradually, oh, and I also moved. I moved so I couldn't play with my friends anymore because I wasn't staying at the same place as them anymore. But when I got back, I kind of got back into this whole group, so we decided to play again, and in this group. So the guy that was that I started playing with actually graduated to become a tournament organizer in our area. But then he left, and he. But that was a free spot. Magic is expensive. Wizards make FNM's worth again. So there was a spot, and I decided to take a chance and fill that spot. So I became the new tournament organizer for our area, and that's what I've been doing for the past, well, since December 2014, with the help of the people that actually taught me how to play the game. I've been running our little small community over here, and that is why uh, I do have to pay a lot of attention to what our players are saying, because we are trying to get we're trying to have a friendly environment. Um, we are trying to be inclusive. We are trying to get more people and new players in, make them feel comfortable, and see what works with them, and see how we can share this wonderful experience, because it is a nice experience. Um, and we try to help the players that might not have all the opportunities to buy to start off buying all the new cards right away. Try to help them out. We give them our decks to play with. We actually raised money for our youngest player. He's 13, just started playing, so our community got together and we paid his first FNM, his first pre-release. It wasn't even an FNM. It wasn't an FNM because it was pre-release. So my bad. We played for his first. We paid for his first pre-release. That was really nice, and I think there's potential in our community. We take care of each other. That's what I was trying to say. But here's what's happening. Some of our players have started noticing changes in the game, and our players are very, very active. So they follow all the new trends. They follow all the important blogs. They try to keep themselves updated with all the new things that are happening at the with Magic, and of course it has caught their attention, the enormous amounts of articles that are popping up of just these females starting to demand stuff, as coaches returning. So what I'm talking about is, well, there's an article, I think it was from 2012, called Women in Magic or something like that. I have it somewhere. Oh, it works now. Okay. But basically it talks about talks about how hard it is to be a female playing Magic. And why? So why are these changes so apparent over here? Why are we noticing them so much? I've been thinking about that, and it's probably because this is an Eastern European country, so we fall under the Eastern European community, and over here, I guess we're, well, compared to what the current trends are, you might call us a little bit conservative. So there's not a lot of, I'm just gonna call them minority because it is hard to include everyone, and I'll just use this word, but by that it's assumed, you must assume that I mean every type of new profile that's coming in, and it's hard to understand that from our point of view because we're a relatively, yes, call us conservative community. We don't so it's a small city, which means that we don't have that many people who look different. First of all, we all kind of look the same. We honestly don't even have that many, and this is gonna sound really I don't know, homophobic or whatever. There's not a lot of gay people here either. I mean, there are, but I don't know. We're not just. I guess most of my players over there are just not used to this type of diversity. And that is, I guess, that is why they've been these changes strike out in their eyes. So they're really they perceive them because it is so much different than what we have over here. And I am honestly trying to not offend anyone here because we're really not. We're not pointing fingers. We're not saying the stuff is bad. We're not calling it cancer. Except for the women that are trying to cause distress, but that's a different issue. I'm talking about diversity right now. Diversity in real life. We're trying to be as understandable as possible, but it's just not. It's hard because it's a different world. It's a different world. And I guess we're just not used to it yet. So, we have two things that we can talk about today. We can either talk about women being very aggressive about this whole women in magic issue, or we could talk about a wall of text. We could talk about how minorities are being represented on the cards now. About the art, what is happening now is we don't have females that look disturbingly crazy right now. Something that was found a lot in the black cards. We don't have any males filling the hero role, like what was a Jared, which was never a planeswalker. We got the Sapal Jace, but mainly the characters are planeswalkers. Mainly this characters are planeswalkers and not on the creature cards. Your punctuation, man. Many of these characters are planeswalkers and not on the creatures card, which is important too. What? I have to reread this to put a full stop somewhere. Many males filling a hero role. Okay. Never a planeswalker. Now we got Staple Chase. Okay. But mainly these characters, these characters probably, are planeswalkers and not on the creatures. Okay. Oh, I see. So you're talking about probably creature cards as in a human, humans on the creature cards, which is also important. And yes, it's what I've been saying before. There's we have to do a study. We really have to do a study about percentage, like how many males and females are represented on the creature cards today. Well, plus other genders, because wizards are including non-binary genders as well. So you need a staple hero role. What about males? What about Gideon? Gideon's a planeswalker and he's the hero. He's the typical masculine, filled with hormones, over the top hero, trying to set things right. Self-entitled, not really, no. I'm kidding, but no. Gideon's supposed to be this inspiring leader, this staple hero. What do you think? What do you think about him? You got the muscle, which is Gideon. You got the brains, Jace, and you got charisma from Chandra, I guess. It should be a D&D character. It should be a sorcerer with lots of charisma, I'm assuming. Well, yeah, he's a planeswalker and also an established character. And then you got sarcasm from Liliana, and you got everything. What more do you need? Oh shit, I forgot about Nissa. She's the she's the love and tolerate elf right now. What do you guys think about Wizards rewriting history of different characters? I wanna hear about that too. But we definitely need someone. We need to sponsor someone. Yeah, Lily's your favorite. Yeah. We need to sponsor someone to do a research, like a comparative research, about the old card. Oh, all the planeswalkers are so boring, says Nicholas the Cage. Where are the ogre and treefolk planeswalkers? I don't know. This is there's a goblin planeswalker, I think. Yeah, that's the only. There should be. I think there is. I forgot what he was called though. All the planeswalkers. Complete list. Johnny, we haven't seen him in a while. It's Chanda. No, that's not. Where's the goblin one? Oh yeah, see? People that know what they're talking about. Thank you for that. So my question towards you, because we got some more people in. My question is, are you feeling this change, or is this just us, the Eastern European people? What do you think? Do you think there's too much pressure? Too pressure put on Wizards today about this multi-culti agenda. They are trying to do their best to accommodate everyone. You have to realize, and this is what I talk about in my video as well, you have to realize that this is they're in it to sell their product. They're trying to sell their product, and they have to go with whatever's is rocking the boat right now. And people are jumping on the multi-culti train. So if you want to make money, that's the way to go. That's just how they. That's just how this is. People need to. I guess Magic has to reflect the trends that are popping up in the real world if they want to be successful and if they want to sell their product. So they don't really have a choice. What are they doing? So you have been okay joining in late. So this discussion is about two things. We haven't decided yet. I don't mind the multi-culti if it fits with the setting. But what does fit the setting? So here's my question. Okay, we can talk about two things. The first thing that we can talk about today, which I would rather do because I'm not prepared on the other topic. The first topic is about females demanding shit and their articles and demanding positions and whatever, demanding more females and female positions and females in general in GP, which is like, how can you force people? You have to teach people to be nice to girls so they can start playing competitively, because it's the males that are keeping them from playing competitively. Okay. So this is the first thing that we can talk about. The second thing is the new face of the Magic player who's I don't have any information about this statistical data, but I do feel like the average Magic player is not what they used to be before. Demanding more female positions at Wizards, probably. I was thinking more about female casters, demanding female casters, demanding female positions at Wizards. There's a new community manager for UK. She's female. Just a coincidence, probably, though. The new set that comes in April is very suited to accommodate characters of color. Barring an Egyptian team. Yeah, see? Okay. So that was my second. We're going back and forth on this. I guess we cannot settle on one discussion. That is what I was trying to do with explain with Innistrad. So when you think about Innistrad, you're probably thinking the setting of Innistrad. We're probably thinking about medieval Europe, maybe Victorian age. That's maybe a bit too far, but let's settle on medieval Europe. And what people have pointed out to me is that how some of the faces of the that are presented now on the creature cards have changed as faces, as in, so the population of Innistrad is suddenly a lot more diverse than what it used to be.
Changed. Playing was mostly white, a little bit differences now. There are Asians and a lot of black people. And the example Eldrazi cards, these new cards. White male is tossed around, guard out, but all the minorities and the females are dying heroic stances.
Okay, Coach, I don't think they heard you, but is it okay if I just repeat what you just said?
Yes.
Okay. So Coach was saying, I don't know if you heard him. Coach was saying, what I tried to explain in very PC words. He explained in very plain words. Yes, there's black vampires now, for example, in Innistrad, which and black angels, which and in Oath of the Gatewatch, yes, which makes you think. If Innistrad is supposed to be medieval Europe, where did those people come from? And this is okay, and yes, it makes no sense because if there's no fucking light on Innistrad, how can they have black screen? How can they have black screen? Where did they come from? Like this does not fit in the lore. Is what some people are trying to point out. So the reason why they changed these characters on Innistrad is because they're trying to accommodate the real life characters. The problem here is that it just does not fit the lore. Where did those people come from? Why is their skin tone so different? How? Yeah, it does not feel. I guess Coach saying it does not feel genuine. The second point he was trying to make, and I do need specific data on that, statistical data, but he was saying about the cards on Zendikar, how a lot of the males, males depicted on the cards are being maimed and like dismembered, and just there's crazy stuff happening to them while all the females are dying in heroic poses, if they're dead at all. Which again, it's hard to talk about stuff like this when you don't have statistical proof.
Statistical data about current mono-white standard deck. 90% of the characters in those cards are female.
Where'd you get that data?
From Reddit. They call the cards from the standard deck. You have only consistently females. 3-minute captain, female. Gossip Townmonger, it's not to say that female just because there are 2 males in it, but they're still females in it because there are 3 people in it.
Okay.
You have Trading Spectre, females. Talia's Lieutenant, female. Talia, female. Cards from Origins that are female, like 90% of them. I was checking everything, it's true. 90% of the cards from mono white standard deck humans are female.
Coach said 90% of the cards in the mono white standard deck are humans. Humans are human deck are females. You're getting me confused. Coach, I have a unrealistic. Coach, I have a question for you, and I need you to answer this. People watching and listening, I need you to answer this as well. Why does this matter? Why do you find it a problem? Why are you even noticing the fact that there's more females on the cards now?
Well, it just happened so sudden. The changes were actually really fast and way unproportional. I don't mind having strong female characters, but the obvious sexism towards male is too strong. Even in fan arts, they're showing like Nisa can beat Gideon, for example, in arm wrestling, and it's fun and it's featured in Magic Together in official page, like showing like female power, like they're like enjoying the dominance of men. I mean, I didn't care until it was over the top. Like every single human character happened to be good, had to be female. And when I see a card, an example, white or red card, the human being called out, it had to be a white male. If it's an evil card, it's a white male that's fat or ugly or disfigured. For example, let's take Special Contortion. It's a white male being ripped apart FNM promos, and I don't see a female being like torn apart and gored out. Consistently, I see just these strong female characters or these strong black men or Asian men. They're like being. I would actually take myself time when I would get and actually compare this. That I'm not exaggerating it. It's way too obvious and it's too much to bear because they're literally pushing us out and promoting all, for example, these articles. They're promoting the devils of actions of a few, and they're literally punishing the whole community. And now this is being abused by actually females and minorities. They are going to say they are oppressed, and they can actually blackmail you. Females coming to our stand and like ask why we did not have a special discipline just for being a female. Where is the special discipline for just being a male playing that? I've never seen it.
You know, even if a lot would feel that way about black vampires because the theme of the plain multiculti could be excused because all of this is happening in a world that is entirely different from Earth, a whole other plane, which could be used as an excuse for multiculti.
I can argue why this wouldn't work.
Okay, if you want to talk some more, you need to get closer because I have to give you the mic. Otherwise, no one's going to be able to hear what you're saying. But yes, keep in mind this is a fantasy world where the real life logic does not apply. But here you go.
Well, first off, talking about statistical proof, I'm a person who About statistical proof, it's easy to follow if you follow the standard meta and know every single card in standard, like every single one of them. And the pattern is way too obvious. It isn't 50-50%. It's literally like 70-30% if we go this way. So let's start why, if you're saying this is another plane and why it would be multicultural, why it wouldn't work. So if we take for example Zendikar, a Zendikar has more or less a strong cultural definition for every single type of tribe and race they have. For example, vampires, the core, the elemental, and everything. And of course humans are almost everywhere. Let's not let them out. So everybody, they have their own style, their architecture, their very own culture. They appreciate every single style that defines their culture. Makes it really obvious to see that it does not work a multiculti. This is not a propaganda like we have now in like the internet and this media bullshit that's portraying this globalization. There is no globalization there. They're fighting each other because they're different. They value their own culture and religion, and therefore we can know that the core stick with the core. They're more known to appreciate the artifacts, which is themed in Zendikar, and also for example mountains, and they like also flying. They have a lot of this equipment that lets them fly. For example, the merfolk are more around the sea, and they are more they have this special armor created just, I don't know, for example, they are known to have island walk and to have like shroud and unblockability. If we look at the older sets, this is a theme, that's a mechanic that's specific for them. There is no multicultural. The planet alone is multicultural, but the tribes, the race are not mixed. The multicultural is not lost here, because this is not an internet, or they don't go around, they fuck with each other a lot. No, if you take for an example Worldwake, where you have ally, they started to work together. Humans, minotaurs, cores, merfolks, and even vampires, because they're endangered by an enemy. They have they say enemy that's a great threat to them. Why are they ally? Because they never worked together. Now they're ally, and that's why there is not multicultural, like they live in between. Kaladesh is multicultural. This, you will see soon how there is a greater enemy that has this fascistic ideology to control everybody and everyone, that everybody lives together, even the robots and the black people, the white and all of the Day clan. This is multicultural. Worldwake and Innistrad, absolutely not. It's different. It's a completely different. There's no way. And I know from the beginning of Magic, there were races like dwarves, and you had any kind, but not mixed like we have it right now. Because let's take, for example, as I said, Innistrad, Asian, black, everything combined. I mean, what is this? I mean, since when does a plane has this kind of multicultural structure? Because if we take a look at the Innistrad architecture, their clothing, their behavior, their style, they have this unique, like historic culture. They can be tracked down, but it's very known for them. If it will be mixed up, it will be more globalized, it will be more generic, but it isn't. So you have this, for example, if you take a look at the older Innistrad cards and compare it to the new ones, you will see the difference. But they still want to make it really, because you said that they're the same culture but have people of different skin color.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. How do you know that the black vampire isn't just really, really old and maybe it was born when Innistrad was different, when it was in a different during a different period. Maybe it was so as an Earth, everything started in Africa, and
Mm-hmm.
what we are a mutation. White skin is a mutation. It's how people adapted. What if this black vampire is actually just really fucking old?
Okay, this may explain something, but it may not explain Asians and other black people in it. I mean, it's a fantasy story. I know what you're trying to say, but I still find it quite odd. The mix is kind of too strong. Like, honestly, it doesn't feel genuine, because if you compare it to the older Innistrad, it it didn't go. The difference in years wasn't so big. Like, I don't know, 10, 15, a max of 10 years was this difference. Like, from the release of Titans and then Emrakul coming to Innistrad, it didn't pass 200 years or 500 years. I don't know. It was much shorter period of time. Maybe 5 years.
It was 1,000 years.
It was 1000 years.
So
You're telling me that the difference between the beginning of Innistrad, where Liliana was there, was 1000 years. Okay.
But
Okay.
when Nahiri got on the plane,
Yeah, that's different. That's 1000 years ago. Yeah, I understand. The Hellvault thingy and everything.
Yeah.
I know. But since Liliana showed up there and came back there, I mean, if you take a look at the rise of Eldrazi, people went there, and they went to Innistrad and back and forth. You know how it is. Can you show here pictures, for example, Kaladesh, how it's promoted? Is it possible? This is a good representation of a multicultural plane that's globalized. No, visuals. Oh, I mean just art, if you can put it. Just put art. Okay. Just choose some random. Yeah, but no, the Chandra was in Kaladesh actually born. You can see. You see? You can see this plane is really civilized. It has peace. It has humans. The Declan. It's really modernized, and it's more easily to be. What's the question? What's the question? What's the question? I can't read it.
Let's see. So basic, what you're trying to say that zooming too closely will lose the individuality of the plane. What's the difference between college or world when we can find similar paper? Absolutely. This is exactly. They're making it too inclusive. I want to see mere tokens. I don't want to see, I don't know. I actually didn't mind looking at cat soldiers, for example, in Mirrodin, for example, or even core. Core is also specific. I liked it, but it's getting completely out of touch lately. So yeah, I don't like how magic is turning.
Okay.
I would.
Guys, if anyone else would like to add something, guys, if you'd like to add anything, you have 20 seconds to do so. Otherwise, we're gonna move on to the other part of this discussion today, because we only have about 40 minutes left, and I have to go. The second part of the discussion is well, the the juicy part we were all waiting for. So females and magic. There's two articles that you guys might want to try reading if you haven't read them yet. Coach, look that article up and of that dude who was deleted. The deleted article. Yeah, find it and link it. So this next topic is, it might be a bit old, but it's still a thing today. I don't know why. I think we were over this, but it's still an issue, even though it shouldn't be an issue. But specifically, females in magic. So we were talking about different minorities, different type of people getting represented in magic cards.
The one that was deleted because different opinion is wrong.
Okay, just link it in the chat. So I think the first article from Star City Games Women in Magic the Gathering from Megan Wolf.
Oh my god, Megan. Oh, please, no.
Are you not in the chat?
Oh my god, Megan, so cancer.
Is it working? Okay, I think you're in. So this was, it was 2015. Why did I think it was 2012? Oh, this is fairly recent. Okay, good. I thought it was, I don't know why I thought it was from 2012. So Women in Magic the Gathering, Megan Wolf, 15th of June. It's an article about what, yeah, it was published approximately a year ago, and the one that we linked in the chat is a reaction to this. So it was a response to this article, who was written by Jim Davis, Women in Magic, a couple of days after the first one. And it's been since deleted from Star City Games, but you can still find it in the archive. Basically, if I do a quick recap of what these two articles say, well, in the first one, she's talking about how we should be helping women into this new environment. and how we should not assume stuff as we see a woman. We should not really be enjoy the censorship. We should not be making differences, judging by someone's gender, and she's giving out tips on what you should do to make this environment more inclusive, because apparently women are having trouble getting into Magic. And then the second article is just, well, it is really polite. I'll give you the mic in 2 seconds.
Now, can I give you questions?
You can give me questions, but would you like to say something before that?
I would just like to give questions and you answer them.
Okay. Okay. So the second article you can read, but basically it says that we shouldn't make any difference between players. Why are we promoting? It's asking us, why are we promoting a specific group of players? If we're trying to make everyone equal, then why are we giving special treatment to women? We lost a bunch of people now. Apparently, this is a discussion people don't want to talk about. We don't want to talk about this cancer. Okay, Coach. Questions. Can you wanna come closer, or what are you doing?
We'll start from here.
Okay.
So my question is,
Yes.
why does it need to be an article that specifically writes how to include more women in Magic? So tell me, why is it needed?
Why do we need an article that specifically talks about getting more women to play Magic?
Why do we need to put an extra effort to make them play Magic?
Okay, why do we need to put extra effort into women playing Magic? This is a question aimed towards me, towards what I think, or towards what I was able to gather
Try
from.
to explain their perspective and try to say your opinion about it.
Okay, I'll try to explain. Explain.
Wait, there.
I'll try to explain Megan's perspective as I understand it. Okay? And then I'll tell you what I think about it. So, the way she sees it is that women are having trouble fitting in because this environment is making it so hard for us to fit in, because we get judged. So people are making assumptions. People are making assumptions. Explain. Assumptions based on our gender, because there are not a lot of women playing this game. People are assuming that we are either started playing this game because of someone else, or that we're really bad at this game, or that we are getting special treatment and we don't really deserve what we're getting. Okay. This is what I think her point of view is. Yes.
So I heard from other people, which I know, and what other people said and commented about this issue about women playing Magic, and I've noticed, for example, in the capital city, the women that played Magic, like most of them, maybe 2 or 3 of them didn't, but most of them were playing because either their boyfriends played, or the guy that they had a crush on played, or because social group kind of forced her into it, because most of them were playing it and she felt out of touch, not because she was interested. There are some that are interested, that's true, but still feel like, whose fault is it here if they don't start it alone? Why do we have to push them?
Okay, my question here is, how did you start playing Magic? Did you not start because your friends were playing Magic? How is that different from a girl starting to play Magic because her friends or her boyfriend played a game? That is completely the same.
Well,
How'd you start playing?
Well, a dude came up with cards and offered them to me, and I was like, why sure? Why not? I bought them really cheap.
You bought the cards before even.
Yes, I bought the cards before I even knew it because it looked interesting and I could trade them for Yu-Gi-Oh. So later on, I noticed I was curious what is it about. So I knew some people that knew how to play and I asked them how to play. And as I learned, I've seen it's really interesting, it's really fun. I started to play and we invested.
Okay, Coach Kuhn, you often ask, how can we bring more players to our community? So if someone noticed that not a lot of women play Magic and wanted to address that, how can we bring more women to our community as a question now wrong? So basically, woman is still a new player. So how is that a bad thing if we're trying to get new players in? And this is something that I address in my video as well, and I'm saying...
The problem is not here that she's a woman. The problem is it's promoting actually specific demographic. It's not allowing to be everybody welcome.
That's what I said in my video. It's a dick move. So if you're trying to be welcoming towards new players, you have to give equal treatment to every new player. You don't give special treatment to a new player just because she's female. So in my video, I'm gonna just keep referring my video until you guys go watch it.
I have one thing more to add.
Yes.
For example, if a woman plays Magic and another...
If a woman plays if a man plays Magic in the forest and he's wrong. No, wait. And and no woman is there to see it. Is he still playing wrong? No, I'm kidding. No.
What I'm trying to say. Let's take the man example. I'm a man and I will play, for example, a competitive, I don't know, female-dominated game. And the females actually allow men to play, but men don't feel comfortable. They find excuses that female makes them feel uncomfortable. They feel isolated, and this is it now. Do I have the right to blame it all on the female? That's their fault because not many of my friends or males are not representing me there. Why will they push it to all genders and the community? That's their fault because not much more women are represented there. Like seriously, that's just being egocentric. It's not the community's fault because women are not interested to make it more friendly. I'm sorry, but it's not that it's not friendly. They're pushing the other's agenda here. And I'm not saying that every woman is doing that, because I definitely know a lot of female nerds and geeks. They're completely fine and we can easily communicate with them. Magic the Gathering is getting commercialized and popular, and with popularity comes feminism and transgender abuse. Not abused transgenders, but transgenders and feminists abusing the community, using their political agenda to force out good stuff, money, positions for their advantage. So what we have here is not the community that has here privilege or the white males and other that dominate. They're just here to actually create a privilege for their own, disguising as being handicapped just for being different, while they're actually promoting how to be privileged for faking it as being actually oppressed. Like, tell me, I've seen way too many events giving free boosters or discount just for females. I never seen it for males, but for starting players, yes. A starting player can be 30 years old, 12 years old, well, let's say 13 for Magic, a male, female, or I don't know, Donkey Kong if you identify as. What I'm trying to say here, they're putting themselves in a victim position and trying to make you a villain here, a whole community. And now we're letting this community to be infiltrated and poisoned by it. we cannot enjoy any more Magic because of it. At least not as we used to, because we care just about Magic. Now it's a political agenda because a card is written in this manner or the art is not, it's explicit in their opinion, because feelings before facts at this point. Yes, sure.
So can we promise new players as a group? Can we prioritize new players as a group instead, which also takes us to these new players and transition them into core players of the community, which also takes us. Onigiri-chan. Okay. As for, I wanted to say something else, but yes. I guess the best thing to do is to, if there's a group of people coming in, to encourage them to stick together, because then you get more people in, because obviously we all know from games like World of Warcraft and stuff, people just keep playing that because their friends are playing it, not because of the game specifically. They're not, yeah, they're not really devoted to that game because none other game offers anything, an experience like that. I don't think World of Warcraft, for example, is an individual experience that cannot be repeated anywhere else. I think that the players playing it for so long are playing it because their friends are staying over there, and because they've already invested so much time into one game. Why would you start investing time into another game? And getting multiple people joining at the same time is a good thing, because even if they don't know each other from before, they're gonna probably link together, because they're the newbies that started to play this game. Conflicts may arise though as their individual skill shows up. As in, some of the new players might understand the game more quickly. Some of them might need some more time, and that is an actual issue. Not the fact that they are a girl or not, but the learning curve is important, because this is a competitive game, no matter how you look at it. Can you write it down? This is a competitive, because I'm in the middle of. This is a competitive game, no matter how you look at it, and people are going to be comparing themselves with other players, and it can be really. This can be really stressful if you're the competitive type and you're trying to keep up with your friends who just started playing the game with you, but you cannot keep up. This could be really demoralizing if you're not able to achieve the same results as they have, and is what I've seen fairly recently. The two guys coming in, one of them played Hearthstone, so he is a Hearthstone player, so he has this one of them is a Hearthstone player, so I know it's a shitty keyboard, that's fine. As a Hearthstone player, so he has this base on which to build. The other player used to play Yu-Gi-Oh, but he wasn't really that into it. So there's already a major gap between them. They're friends in real life. They started playing the game together, but so on their first day, the Hearthstone player was already annoyed because his friend couldn't keep up with him. He obviously wanted to get a challenge. He wanted to play against some better players, probably, but he got really frustrated because his friend just couldn't keep up with him, and I think this is a much bigger issue than getting females in. You can't get females in by promising them free stuff. That's how I got in. I got free stuff. But what's it gonna make them stay? That's the real question. Once you get the players in, how are you gonna keep them? how you gonna keep them playing your game and still coming to your events. Because if you start by giving them a lot of attention and a lot of promotional materials, as long as it's free from promotional materials, and you establish the you establish that this is the only free thing that they're gonna get, and then apart from that, they can get lots and lots of support. That's one thing. But if you keep giving them stuff, at one point, the female player is not gonna get a booster anymore. What's she gonna feel like? I mean, if you conditioned her to go to an event just to receive the booster, even if she doesn't really care about that one booster, the moment she's not gonna get that free booster, is gonna be really, is gonna be probably a shock. It would be it would be a shock for me. Like if someone was offering me a booster each time I played, and then suddenly they went like, "Nah, you're all good now. You don't get any free shit anymore." I don't know. I'd be confused. So that's why I do want to stress: if you're giving out free stuff, give it out the very first time someone starts to play and decides to join your community, and just don't keep giving them free shit, because that's just stupid. First of all, you're losing you're losing money by giving out free boosters or free events. And second, you just cannot keep up, because next time maybe she's gonna bring her friend who's just gonna be a one-time player, just to get the free booster. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe there's lots of ways to abuse this system, and I just don't think it's a very good system from a promotional point of view and from a economic point of view. What was this? What's this? Do you feel like Magic TCG is being taken away from you? Oh, from the players, maybe? You can lose a lot of players like that because of the difference in skill. Yeah. Yeah. And this is what we should be addressing, not stupid issues like, I don't feel like I want to go to to a major event because there are going to be a bunch of nerds over there and they're going to be drooling all over me, and I don't want smelly people to touch me. No. just no. If that's your logic, then just no. Do you have anything to add on the
You see, here is the mythical Judge Trans and Jen Richards, who is fucking up like, why cis male shouldn't be playing a role of trans male? They should be trans male, and she's going on a rant.
what?
Yeah, look at that. Right here, the cancer. Here is a quote.
What are they talking about?
They're talking about that. Let me tell you.
Is it a movie?
Yeah. Let me tell you. But all of this pays to the main reason not to have cis men playing trans women. I mean, cis men playing trans women leads to that, and then she explains.
But where is she giving out an example, or she just?
Yeah, an example from a movie. I'm not going to quote this movie. I don't care.
Okay.
But what I'm trying to tell here is, so now she's no. Oh wait, also she.
But this is acting. I mean,
yeah.
There's been homosexual and heterosexual actors playing the opposite in a movie,
okay.
and that was never a problem.
Well, she's a hypocrite bitch.
Well, maybe one point is.
She also stated that straight men are attracted to trans women. They have always been and always will be. These are some of the most popular sex workers, in fact.
Okay, so this is who talking about what? Is this a Magic official?
No, a female judge.
A female judge, so that is a Magic official.
No, listen.
Unless
judge reposted this shit.
okay, a female
Jen
judge.
Richards.
A female judge reposted this stuff on her personal page.
Yes.
Okay, depending on what she uses that
Yeah,
page
look,
for.
Not MTG, but representation matters, damn it. And I'm like, this fucking bitch.
Oh, that's her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
She looks more ugly from this picture.
Yeah, I know.
She's like literally ugly. She was so fat and huge.
But that's her Twitter. No, Tumblr.
Yes. You wanna see a picture of her how she's actually fat?
No. Okay, first of all, her Tumblr is her private blog. She can put on whatever she wants.
But she's supposed to represent magic.
Yes, but there's
again.
yes, but it depends on what social media is she using. If she's using official Magic social media, and she's supposed to be representing a company, then she cannot put on stuff like this. But as she's representing herself on her own blog, she can do whatever she wants. She usually posts Magic stuff, but some days, like today, stuff like that comes up. But here's the difference: if you're being an official somewhere, if you're representing an official if you're in a situation that demands you representing your company, in this case Magic Wizards, you have to be careful about what you say. But in this case, it was her own personal blog. She can say whatever. She just happens to be a judge. I do think it's very unprofessional though if she uses.
She wants to act professional.
If she uses this blog to talk about Magic stuff and it's primarily dedicated to Magic stuff, and then suddenly she puts on her own agenda in it, it is kind of weird. But if it was this kind of blog from the start, so if it was a mixture of Magic stuff and a mixture of other things that she's interested in, then
It's completely magic related.
it's 100% Magic related only.
Yeah, until you see this shit.
Until posts like this, okay? So we can say that it's okay if girls don't want to play Magic if they're not actively forced out of. Are they in a way stopped otherwise from joining events? Actually, people have been losing their jobs for saying stuff even on private accounts. Yes, but you can argue if they had a good it all depends on what your contract says. Because, for example, if you work in Disneyland, your contract says that you're not a Disneyland employee. You're not only a Disneyland employee, but you're not employed as the person that works in a cafe. You're employed as the actor who works.
Now listen to this. Somebody said,
Coach,
think about what she said. Getting paid for doing something hurts the economy because a man is doing it.
okay, I was in the middle of trying to make a point. Back to Disneyland. If you work in Disneyland, you work as an actor who's acting the part of a fast food employee, for example, or someone selling a slushie, or someone telling people where the restrooms are. It doesn't matter. If you work in Disneyland and if you work with people, if people get to see you in any shape or form, you've been hired as an actor, and your contract says that you need to smile and act the part. And for example, you're acting the part of someone selling a pizza, but that's what their contract says. As for Magic, I don't know what kind of contract they have with Wizards. But I'm assuming it does not regulate their personal their personal blogs. You can get fired from saying stuff your employee doesn't agree with. In my life. But you can't get fired because of your personal views if they don't
I thought you'd
if they
never
don't
pick
match.
me.
Oh, we got. See, that's what I was trying to do before. I was trying to open up this thing. Nicolas Cage is followed. Why doesn't it show up? Most recent follower. Media source. Who? I don't know. I didn't put the follower button on. Poop. The little animation that should have popped up. Thank you, Nicolas the Cage, for following. But as I was saying, yes, people have been fired because they have different. Because their views, mostly political views, differ from their employers' political views. But if you work for a private company, and that private company has a set of values that they value, you cannot be blamed for not agreeing with they have all the right. They have all the right. Again, it depends on their contract, but they have all the right to fire you because of saying stuff like that. And yes, as of now, Wizards is very, very much politically correct, and she is able to say stuff like that on her blog because she knows her back is covered, because she knows that is the opinion of the majority, and that is also the opinion of her employer. That is why she is able to say that. If that was a very controversial view, as something related to pedophilia, for example, that'd be a completely different thing. She would probably get fired for saying stuff like that. But since her political views are aligned with the political views of Wizards and Magic the Gathering, she can say whatever she wants.
We should actually redefine politically correct, politically fascistic.
You have a
Fascism. Completely. You're not allowed to say a different opinion because then their opinion, they are right and you're wrong. They are enforcing a political view. If you don't agree with them, you're being scrutinized.
ostracized, shunned.
From the civilization, community, whatever, everything, job, social status. It's abuse.
Outcast. It's abused. Yeah, we need another term for PC.
PC is not politically correct. It's politically abused.
Okay, it's yeah.
Fascism.
So the new two people did take interest in the stuff that we do. The Nicolas case, Mr. Ash and Ed. Hello. We're actually getting some people here to talk with us. How you guys doing? We're talking about Magic related things. Most recent update was a judge posting her personal opinion on her personal blog. That's what it says on their blog. It says it's a blog about Magic rules.
Just about Magic rules, like 100%.
It's. Let me see.
I've seen her stating that 100%. I don't know it's.
Okay, you saw one post one time in which she said that this blog is going to be dedicated to Magic exclusively.
Yes.
And now she's posting stuff about transgender rights.
Yes.
Okay. What do you guys think about that? Do you think it's okay for a Magic official to be posting her own political views on her own personal blog, which
that's all you get
is dedicated? Ask a Magic judge. Magic the Gathering rules, questions, policy, can't read, queries. Curious about judging, just ask. And on this blog, she posted, she posted, yeah, about, where is this? About cis people playing the role of a trans person in a movie. She said that's not fair.
Yeah, but that's not the problem. Here, look at her. She says she completely agrees. But here, she stated this on top.
Straight men are attracted to trans women. They always have been, always will be.
What the fuck?
We are some of the most popular sex workers. It's a
What the
fact.
fuck are you talking
But
about?
they're afraid that being with trans women makes them gay, less masculine. They seek out, enjoy us, then punish us for their anxiety.
What the fuck?
She retweeted, Tumblr that. Whatever people do on Tumblr. Ed!
What the fuck is this thing?
Oh, we got a new person saying something. Ed. I think you're right that it's okay as long as it's something the companies agree with and it isn't controversial. If she made more controversial remarks, they would probably be removed as judge. Yeah. See, it's a serious issue. It is hard. I've been explained that the difference between, so because I know people that work as teachers, they are what we say, it's a semi-public public public, so they're public workers, but public personality, that's what I was looking for. So a personality, so there's 3 different types of I'm just gonna call them personalities. You have your anonymous person who is not a media person, and they have the right public figure. Thank you, public figure. That's what I was looking for. So you have public figures who can be who obviously live partially from being represented in the media. Then you have English terminology. I'm gonna go with semi-public figure. So such as public workers, teachers, politicians, people that work in the sort of job where you probably have to wear a uniform, you probably have to represent some kind of authority, and as you're wearing this uniform, as you're doing your job, while you're doing this job, you're representing that institution, and you have to act a certain way. And then you have all your private individuals who really don't have to give a shit about what they do, because we are protected by all sorts of laws and stuff like that. And as a magic judge, she falls into the second category of a semi-public figure. So partially, her job does include her having some sort of media presence, and she does have to be careful about what she says. But it's hard to keep those 2 things separate. As a judge,
She says she agrees with her 100% about straight man being sexually attracted.
because it's weird. It's weird today. It's weird today because our life is merged with the media, and not a lot of people can make a distinction between what they can say online and what they shouldn't say online, because it is part of our daily routine, and it comes natural to her to speak through her Tumblr because that's her safe space. It's her space that she created. But she cannot make this distinction between being a judge, so a magic official online, and a private individual online. Apparently, she does not make a distinction between these two things, and that's where this problem comes from. Not being able to detach yourself, so your opinion from your job can be an issue. And yeah, she's lucky that it was a majority opinion when she said that. If this was a different time and space,
Should I write that to her?
I don't believe. I don't know. What are you gonna say? You cannot say stuff like that on your own blog. What you can say is, this blog is supposed to be magic related. Why are you talking about this here? If you want to.
Yeah, well, private, it's her personal blog. I would like to say that she's not professional and that she's saying that she's an oppressed minority. And I would tell her that if you're oppressed minority, you will get problems right now, but you will gain advantage and sympathy from tons of millions of people. So you're not oppressed as you want to say. The oppression here is me. If I say something against you, which I will right now, and you'll get a lot of shit from people because they will say, because they have this unpopular opinion, you will call it politically correct. No, it's political fascism that you're using right now. Calling all straight men to love trans women. What the fuck is this shit?
Oh, okay, more comments. The one that I didn't read before. You see, this was her sharing on her Facebook wall. I'd have no problem with. She posted on her magic related blog, so it doesn't belong there. They think you should have been kicked.
It's too harsh. It's way too harsh.
His job as a writer. Do you want to take this one, Coach?
Let me read the question again. Well, that's way too harsh. We're still talking about, let's say, in their opinion, it was a bad joke, but they can. I mean, it's so harsh, and he's that trans person. Well, if you take a look at it, nobody would know if it's trans person, and now because they don't know, are they oppressive towards that person? Absolutely not. But even if that person knew that he's a trans and made this joke, I still believe it's way too harsh, and it's way too much in favor of that trans person. So easy to.
The reaction is harsh, or his joke is harsh?
The reaction.
So he said about balls, things about balls.
Yes.
Okay. Do you not think that is harsh?
Yeah, it may seem a little bit harsh for him, and it was the idea of it was to be provocative.
Okay.
And he should have stated that he should say sorry, but losing a job because of it, it's way too much. Because I am pretty sure this trans person also did something that kind of mean things that.
But it seems to me, if he's joking about stuff like that,
he's not taking it seriously. He's not.
But what kind of person is he then? What do you think of his? Can you judge his personality based on what he just said? Would you like to have him as a co-worker? That's what I'm asking.
Well, probably because this comes from my experience. I've been targeted of a lot of harassment, and I will say I probably have a thick skin, but if you read his articles, you can see that he still can be professional. but he's still a person and he still makes mistakes. And yes, he should be punished for it and publicly say sorry, which he did, and know better for the next time. But for him losing this job so easily of a joke, even if it wasn't tasteful for the other person, maybe it was a joke, maybe it was trying to hurt me, maybe both of it, we cannot allow that these things can be so easily demonized, or should I say better, weaponized against each other. It's still abuse from the other side, from the trans person. I mean, if we take this seriously, we're in a so-called white-dominated culture of patriarchy. So how come that a trans person could use this bad joke against him to lose his job and his reputation? Can we look at ourselves and ask again, is it really white male-dominated patriarchal world, or is it this actually politically correct world, as we say, politically fascist world, where the minorities abuse the differences against the normal people, making them more special?
Normal people.
Yes, normal
Said
people.
normal. That's not PC.
And that's what I'm trying to say. They're actually abusing here. They're making normal people, yes, monsters. They're trying to make the monsters out of them, while they fail to recognize that they're the monsters here.
Okay.
They abuse it.
So you guys may or may not remember there was an event a long time ago on I cannot even remember what kind of show it was, but it featured a lot of women talking about talking a lot of women discussing stuff, round table, Whoopi Goldberg. Okay, I said, yeah, violence against women. But before that, so I think I saw a video at one point where someone pointed out that there was I forgot what the story exactly was, but let's say it was some woman doing some horrible things to her husband. She basically got practically no jail time to view. I have no idea what the show was. I'm sorry. I just saw that one clip. And she did some horrible stuff to her husband. Basically got 0 jail time or minimal jail time. And someone pointed out if the roles were reversed, if it was a dude doing horrible stuff to his wife, then the sentence would have been much harsher. And yes, about ooh, more wall of text, and about Whoopi Goldberg saying that if you
I can't open this link, but
are
you should see this.
oh yeah, you can't post links on it. But yeah, there was a lot of videos showing, yes, social experiments where they put, where they, yes, this is real, yes, I get it. Where they put, for example, women being abusive in public to, I think the show was called The Talk. Women being abusive in public towards men, and then they reversed the roles, and people would react when it was a guy being abusive. Yes, I see it. Thank you.
You know what happened? Smack the shit out of her.
Yeah, well, you're only gonna take her for. What did she say? Whoopi Goldberg said, if you're 5 foot tall and you pick on someone twice your size, expect to get.
Him to be patient consistently.
Yeah,
You can
talk shit, get hit, basically. Getting his dick cut off. Yeah. That's See, that's what I'm thinking. Is it the same situation here again? Just because it's a person, uh, it is someone from a quote unquote majority group saying something offensive towards someone from a minority group. It's judged the way it is judged. If the roles were reversed, the story would probably be different. I guess is what I'm trying to say, and this is what we should be pointing out. Special treatment toward any kind of group, no matter who or what they are, is not a good thing. Making differences between people when you want equality is not a good thing, but I guess people don't want equality, do they? So we have a judge who shared her political view and a guy who made a bad joke. Both cases are semi-public figures who acted unprofessionally. Should both cases go not so harshly on Finnish then? Remember, if the judge would have expressed the unpopular opinion, she could have lost her job too. Yeah. See, yeah, that's basically, yeah, what I was saying. It all falls down to I guess if you're sharing the political view of your employer or not. That's just how things are. If you want to have a job, sometimes you need to think about what you're doing and what you're saying.
You do realize what's going to happen.
Maybe he
Alt-right is going to raise. Yeah. You know what's alt-right?
I think Ed is saying stuff. I think people want privilege without the repercussions of having to handle actual equality. Yeah, that's what
Bingo.
that's what Coach says all the time. Pork Ninja. What did I walk into? What did I walk into? Dick's cutting off. Yeah, he stumbled in at the right moment, Pork Ninja. Welcome. We were discussing gender equality and in the magic community, and talking about some of the things that happened this week in magic. But I think we're we're about finished now, though. Pork Ninja, I'm sorry. This is all the time that I can give you today. Politically correct, or should I okay. Grabs family jewels and protection. Oh, okay. You guys are funny, but yes. Okay, since we're done here, please go watch that one video that I should have posted. No sausages were cut during this stream. Yes, they were not cut. Go watch that one video. It's on my Facebook, it's on my YouTube, and all the links for that are down below. So this was a one-time experiment, just because my PC's still fried up after Yonder did her thing. I'll see what I can do. This is fun. This is fun, though. There've been people who tried to who wanted to have a discussion days. They're not here today. How ironic. But if we could get them in, this has been interesting. Why not play duels and discuss? Because I'm really bad at multitasking.
It's magic, you can delay.
It's magic. I mean, duels, yeah, I guess. Doesn't that have a timer, though?
For every stack you use timer.
I'm just gonna be pausing all the time. I guess I could play duels. So one other thing, I do wanna watch this video. can I put this in? I think I'm signed in. I do want to watch this video. Started watching it right when I started a stream. Haven't finished it, but I want to watch this next. See what he has to say. And maybe we can get some inspiration for our next topic. I guess you can leave your suggestions on my Facebook page somewhere. I don't know, under some. A lot of links are down below. Coach, they're down below in my crotch region. Alright. That's a joke. That's a YouTube joke. There should be a Facebook link somewhere. Alright, on a stream. Facebook page and Instagram. Oh, my YouTube page is not there, but you can get a link to the YouTube page from the Facebook page. Running around in circles. I'm not going to see Winky getting cut up. No. No, you're not. It's a dude discussing oppressive females, demanding stuff while he's playing duels. Maybe we should do that. Maybe we should play duels and talk. There's two of us. One of us can play, the other one can talk. How about that? You can play. You can play if you want. Pepe approved joke. That's it. Too many clicks. That's it. Onigiri. But onigiri. Yes. You're welcome to join us next week. Where we're going to be talking about some other things. If there will be stuff happening, otherwise we'll make something up. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Go play some Magic. Be nice to some people. And don't forget, you cannot buy your cards at a Walmart or Target. What does that say? Be sure to check out your local and support your local game store. No, I forgot what he says, but it was Tolarian Academy. Shout out. But yes, do support your local game stores. We tournament organizers put a lot of effort into it. We have a lot of fun with our players as well, so it's not that hard. It's not that hard to be a TO, but yeah, it does take some effort. Wait, I'm waiting. What am I waiting for? When will you open the booster? We're not opening booster. Are we opening boosters today? Google mono white human standard deck male female ratio. Okay. Let's see if Coach was lying. Mono white standard male female ratio. Some interesting thing that I noticed about mono white humans on Reddit. Here are all the definite women creatures, and here are all the creatures that are definitely man or at least ambiguous. As you can see, the vast majority of the deck is made up of women. No complaints here, but I do think that's pretty interesting. It seems like no complaints here, but I do think that's pretty interesting. Seems like there are a lot of women warrior fans among Wizards of the Coast artists. Now I need to think about clever deck name, probably. Okay. Yeah, this guy was not trying to be sexist, but he just wanted to point out this because what? Only two? Gideon and the thing on the lion. I don't even know what that is. And the rest of them. Is that a female? How's that a female? Okay, for most of these, I wouldn't even guess that those are females. But okay, someone put a lot of effort into this. The guy from Tolarian Community College. I saw proof of my okay. Okay. Okay, yes. Support your local game stores. Because that's where the magic happens. See, oh, I made a joke. Oh my god. This has been fun. So, I guess see you guys next week with a new topic. I hope you can join us. By the way, Coach is our judge. That's why that's why he knows all about everything. That's it. We're done. Goodbye. Don't dream about any weird shit. And, yeah. Stay positive.